The Star of the King. One night about the time Jesus was born, a wonderful thing happened. A new star came into the sky. Some wise men who lived far away in the east saw the star. Oh, they said, it is the star of Jesus, our King. It means to tell us that Jesus is born. Let us go to Jesus. The wise men got ready, and soon they were on their way. They rode many days. At last they came to Jerusalem. The wise men asked, where is the new king? We have seen his star in the east. We have come to pray to him. A Bedouin king lived in Jerusalem. His name was Herod. When Herod heard this, he was afraid. Does someone want to be king in my place? Said Herod to himself. I will not let anyone take my place. I will kill this new king. Herod asked some teachers where Jesus was to be born. In Jerusalem, in Bethlehem, they said. Then Herod said to the wise men, go and find the child. When you have found him, come and tell me where he is. I want to pray to him also. This was not true. Herod really wanted to kill Jesus. The wise men went on to Bethlehem. The star showed them to the house where Jesus was. The wise men were happy when they saw Jesus. They prayed to him. They gave him gold and other rich gifts. Now the wise men were ready to go home. God said to them, do not go back to Herod. Go home another way. The wise men obeyed God. The flight to Egypt. King Herod waited for the wise men to come back to him. He waited and waited, but they did not come. King Herod became very angry. The wise men will not tell me where Jesus is, thought Herod, but I will find a way to kill Jesus. The angel of the Lord came to Joseph at night and said, King Herod will try to kill Jesus. Take the child and his mother and go to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you to come back. Joseph told Mary what the angels had said. They got ready to go as quickly as they could. Soon they were on their way to Egypt. While they were on their way, Herod said to his soldiers, there is a little child at Bethlehem whom people call king. I want you to kill this child. There are many little children at Bethlehem, and I do not know which one is Jesus, so I want you to kill all the little boy babies at Bethlehem. Surely Jesus will be one of them. Herod's men went to Bethlehem. They went from houses to house to house. They took the boy babies away from their mothers and killed them with their swords. How the mothers cried for their babies. Herod's men killed many babies, but not Jesus. He was safe and far away. By and by, King Herod died. After that, the angel of the Lord came to Joseph and said, take the child and his mother back to your own land. The king who wanted to kill Jesus is dead. So Mary and Joseph and Jesus went back to the land of Israel. They lived in a city called Nazareth. Jesus in the temple. Jesus grew up just as other children do. He played with the boys and girls who lived near his home. He helped his father and mother when there was work to do. He studied his lessons. He was kind to everyone. He grew up to be a big boy. Every year, Mary and Joseph went to Jerusalem. They went with many other people to pray to God in the big temple. When Jesus was 12 years old, Mary and Joseph took him along to Jerusalem. They stayed there several days. Then they started for home. Mary and Joseph walked along the road with many other people. Jesus was not with them. He had stayed in Jerusalem. Mary and Joseph did not know this. They thought he was somewhere in the crowd on the road. After time, they began to look for Jesus. They looked along the road. They looked among their friends. They looked in the street of Jerusalem, but they could not find him. At last, they went back to the temple. There he was, talking with some teachers. They were talking about the Bible. Sometimes Jesus listened to the teachers, and sometimes he asked them questions. How wise this young boy is, thought the teachers. How well he knows the Bible. When Mary saw Jesus, she said, "Son, why did you stay behind? Your father and I looked for you a long time, and how sad we were. We thought we would never find you." Jesus said to his mother, "Why did you look for me so long? Don't you know that I must be doing my Father's work?" Then Jesus went with Mary and Joseph to Nazareth. He obeyed his father and mother just as a child should do. Everyone who knew Jesus loved him. Everyone who knew Jesus loved him. Jesus at a wedding. There was a wedding in a small town called Cana. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was there. Jesus and his friends were invited to come, so they also went to the wedding. It was a fine wedding. A good dinner was ready. The people ate and drank. Everyone was happy, but after a while, there was no more wine. Mary noticed this. She went at once to Jesus for help. Mary said, "They have no wine." "Ah, no, mother." Jesus said, "Leave everything to me. I will help you when the right time comes." Mary was sure that Jesus would help. She went to the servants and said, "Be sure to do what Jesus tells you." There were 6 large water pots in the wedding house. Jesus came and said to the servants, "Fill the water pots with water." The servants filled them with water to the top. Then Jesus said, "Take some of it to the chief servant." When the chief servant tasted it, he found that it was not water anymore. It was wine. "This is the best wine we have had," said the chief servant. Jesus had done a wonderful thing. He had changed the water into wine. This was the first miracle that Jesus did. His friends believed that he was the Son of God. The wonderful catch of fishes. One morning, Jesus was on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. A great crowd of people came to him. They wanted to see him and hear him speak. Jesus looked about and saw two boats. They belonged to some fishermen. The fishermen were on the shore washing their nets. One of the boats belonged to a man named Peter. Jesus stepped into his boat. He sat down and spoke to the people on the shore. When he had finished speaking, he said to Peter, "Take your boat out to the deep water and throw out your net to catch some fish." Peter said, "Master, we worked hard all night and caught nothing, but because you tell me to do so, 그렇게 하라고 하시면 I will let down my net. 내가 망을 놓을게요. Out where the water was deep, Peter let down the net. Soon it was filled with fishes. They were so heavy that they tore the net. 그물이 찢어졌다. Some men in another boat had to come and help pull up the net. There were so many fishes that they filled two boats. The boats began to sink. Peter knew that Jesus had made all the fishes swim into his net. He felt as though he had no right to be near the great Son of God. So Peter fell on his knees before Jesus and said, "Leave me, Lord, for I am a sinful man." But Jesus said to him, "Fear not, 두려워하지 말아라. From now on, you shall be a fisher of men." 이제부터 당신은 사람들의 어부가 될 거예요. Jesus meant that Peter would teach people how to be saved. In this way, he would catch them and bring them to God. Peter and the other fishermen left their boats and their nets and followed Jesus. They wanted to be fishers of men.